नमस्ते बिटिया, सदा खुश रहो। Myself Dr. Hemant Vyas, Associate Professor and Head of Department of Surgery, Faculty of Homeopathic Science under Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today's session is about homeopathic therapeutics of diseases of ear. Let's begin. So first we are going to start with homeopathic therapeutics of otitis media, and our first drug is belladonna. Belladonna is often used in acute cases in which there is congestion and signs of congestion. Child suffers from otitis media which may cause delirium, and he often cries out in sleep. Inflamed red eardrum often combined with reddened throat, cold extremities, high fever, throbbing pain in the ear is indication of belladonna. Belladonna patient is worse in afternoon around 3 p.m. from drafts, washing head after taking cold, etc., and feels better by light covering and rest in bed. The next drug is chamomilla. There is unbearable pain driving the child frantic. The ear feels stopped, ringing in ears. The patient is worse from heat, anger, open air, wind, and at night. Better being carried and warm wet weather. Next medicine is pulsatilla. It is indicated when earache comes on in middle of the night. External ear and meatus is red, decreased hearing as if the ear were stuffed. Patient is worse at night in warm room, lying on painless side, and better from open air, motion, cold applications. Child is mild, gentle, affectionate, yielding, with weeping disposition, and this is exactly opposite to the child of chamomilla. It is also indicated in the chronic phase when there are thick, profuse yellow or yellowish green bland discharges from the ear. Next important medicine is sulfur. The patient or child comes with much itching in ear, changing to when attempting to scratch them. Dirty, offensive, sometimes sore smelling pus flowing from the ears. Children averse to having them washed. Bad effects from the suppression of the otorrhea. Sharp pain, worse on left side. Earache with painful ringing in the ears. Patient are worse from heat and atmospheric changes and feels better in open air. Next medicine is calcarea carb. It is suited to chilly patients. They take cold easily. The calcarea carb patient is fat, fair, flabby, large head, distended abdomen, pale, weak, and easily tired. The head sweats profusely while sleeping. Tendency to lymphatic glandular enlargement is there. Sore smelling discharges. Longing for fresh air, desire for eggs and indigestible things is characteristic of calcarea carb. Patient is worse from cold in every form, getting wet weather, and feels better in dry climate, lying on painful side. Next medicine is Merxol. Merxol is used whenever there is stitching pain deep in the ears with burning, ringing and roaring in the ears. Patient is worse by warmth of bed at night, wet damp weather, lying on right side during perspiration. Child has a weak memory, fearful, shy, hurried, violent, impulsive, nervous, and irresolute child. Tongue is flabby with imprint of teeth. Profuse offensive perspiration and increased salivation is there. Next and most important medicine is Heparsulf. Heparsulf can be given whenever there is any discharge of pus coming out. Child has or a patient has darting and shooting pain in the ear. There is deafness, hearing returns with a loud report or on blowing the nose. Patient is worse from cold dry air in winter or least uncovering, touch and noise, lying on painful side and at night. So in short, hyperself patient is very sensitive, or we can say oversensitive to all the external impressions. Patient is better from heat, warm wraps to head and in damp weather and exposure to cold. Discharge of pus from the ears, which is sometimes fetid. Secretions are profuse, foul, like old cheese and sour. Patient is generally chilly and oversensitive to cold, pain and touch. Easily faints due to pain. Patient is excessively irritable, touchy mentally and physically to pain and cold. Next disease which we are going to discuss is deafness. So first medicine which we are going to discuss is pulsatilla. It is best homeopathic remedy for hearing loss due to middle ear infections. It is a natural homeopathic medicine which is a top remedy for treating hearing loss due to middle ear infections. Pulsatilla is of great help for treatment of thick, offensive discharge with deafness in infectious cases. The ear feels blocked. Here, homeopathic medicine pulsatilla will help in clearing the ear discharges and improving one's ability to hear. The second sphere where pulsatilla is very beneficial is treatment of hearing loss following measles. Most people demanding homeopathic remedy pulsatilla have no thirst for water all day and feel overall better in open air. Next medicine is Chinam Sulph. It is a top natural homeopathic medicine for hearing loss due to Meniere's disease. It is best natural homeopathic medicine, and Meniere disease refer to disease with characteristic symptom of hearing loss with vertigo and noises in ear. Along with hearing loss, the accompanying noise can be ringing, roaring or violent in nature. Next medicine is Agraphis nutans, and this medicine is used whenever there is hearing loss with enlarged tonsils. So this medicine is used to decrease the size of tonsil and tonsil infections. Also used in adenoids, so it can decrease the size of adenoids and tonsils so that the hearing can improve. Chenopodium is the remedy of choice whenever hearing loss is there after auditory nerve weakness. So this medicine is used to come over the auditory nerve weakness. Next and most popular homeopathic medicine is mullein oil or Verbascum thapsus. This is a homeopathic treatment of deafness with extreme dryness of ear meatus. This ideal natural homeopathic medicine for deafness with extreme dryness of ear meatus. It can be instilled into the ear as oil drops along with an internal prescription. Another name that is popularly used to describe Verbascum is mullein oil, that is we have already described here. Now next is the homeopathic medicine for vertigo. First medicine is again belladonna. Person may show the tendency to fall to the left side or backwards. Vertigo can also be accompanied by headache, which is better by pressure. Gelsemium is used in extreme dizziness with dim vision and heaviness of eyelids. There is difficulty in walking with loss of balance. Next medicine is Cocculus. Cocculus is used wherever there is vertigo with nausea and vomiting. Vertigo while traveling in car or bus is the important symptom of Cocculus. Conium. Conium is usually suited when elderly people suffer from vertigo while lying down, turning sideways or during movement of the eyes is indication of conium. Another important medicine is bryonia, vertigo with the movement of the head or changing position, and it improves when the head is in absolute rest. It can also be associated with nausea and vomiting. Pulsatilla, effective remedy for women suffering from vertigo aggravated by suppressed or delayed menses. Vertigo is better by open or fresh air. It's the sign of pulsatilla. Now we are going to see Meniere's disease and its homeopathic treatment. The most important medicine is Chinnum sulph, and it is used whenever there is ringing noise in ear. So this is the red line symptom of this medicine. If there is vertigo attack in Meniere disease, that time we can use conium mac. For Meniere disease with dizziness, we can use gelsemium. Gelsemium has triad of symptom, that is dullness, dizziness and drowsiness. For Meniere disease with buzzing noise in ear, we can use chenopodium. Salicylic acid is used whenever Meniere disease comes with tinnitus and vertigo and with nausea. Theridion is used for vertigo upon closing the eyes. Cocculus indicus is of great help in Meniere disease with vertigo, nausea and vomiting. So that's it from the today's presentation. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 by Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you are satisfied with this digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box and I will resolve it. Thank you very much.